Hello everybody, SirMonkeySuit here, back again. It's Saturday, it's my hero time again. And, last episode, Bakugo was taken by a nice cheeky little magic trick that Compress had up your sleeve. And he told Deku to stay back. There seems to be a lot of back and forth between like the idea, right, whether he was sincerely like he meant it like he meant it as in to keep Deku away from harm, or he meant it as in he doesn't want to be saved again. I mean, I can see both ways. Like, I understand that, like, you know, he doesn't want to be saved by Deku. I understand that. I don't know. I just think that. I just think the way he said it. I just think the way that he said it. I think he was caring for Deku in that moment. Just me though, but we'll see. I can see it both ways, but just like for me, I would say so. Yeah, so Ragdoll is obviously still missing, with a hell of a lot of blood lost. So Gyaro is still out, bless her. Hopefully she comes out of that soon. Yeah, one thing I didn't mention last time, so I was wondering if I was going to mention it, was Dabi and Todoroki, and like how like they had that little when obviously they were trying to catch Bakugo, right? Dabi got there first. He mentioned like Shoto Todoroki's and like the full name, and like whether it could be related to anything. I mean, we don't know. Like, I mean, it's tough, but it's interesting when you have that prior theory in mind of like, could they be related somehow? I don't know. Interesting though, nonetheless. And yeah, finally at the end of the last episode, Kirishima he felt useless back at the training camp, and he wants to go and help his friend. Because it's his best mate, and you know, I'm hoping that we get like a hell of a lot more Kirishima now. So yeah, one thing I did actually write down, because I was rewatching the series, and it was actually like, well, it was another reaction, and in season 2, episode 13. You know, when they're picking out their hero names and whatnot? Before Aizawa mentions that they're picking hero names, like, some of the students, like, try and guess as to what's coming up and whatnot. And Kirishima mentioned that he's not good with hero laws. So, whether that was put there on purpose to, like, you know, to foreshadow this happening, I don't know. But it's interesting to note that that's there. Which makes me believe that Kirishima's not going to listen to anything Ida has to say. You know, I did say last time, you know what I mean, I like that Ida's taken that approach, you know what I mean, because, you know, that's good development on his part. You know, obviously he's the one that's been down that route. You know, he knows where it leads. I mean, I see the similarities. I think it was much worse in Ida's situation though. You know, this is one where, yeah, it's like it's very like, it's obviously you can compare it to the point where the students are taking it upon themselves and not letting the pros do the work, right? But I just don't know. I don't know, man. You know what I mean? I'd just say let them do it. That's all I say. I get the idea, you know what I mean? It's you know, by them doing that, that's them risking their lives. And can provoke other students to like do the same thing and whatnot. So yeah, I like that Either's standing up for his for that side. But I mean, here's the thing. I'm fucking I am very biased towards this because it's Bakugo. I want him to be safe. In fact, actually, you know what am I talking about? I want him to fucking break free of his own accord and just fucking battle his way out like a badass. That's actually what I want to happen. But yeah, I mean, regardless of the situation, regardless of what stand you take, whether they should do it or whether they shouldn't, I mean, I'm sorry, story-wise, it's better if students do go, so that's it. Anyway, yes, so that is it. Without further ado, let's get into episode 8, shall we? Let's go. Oh man, I love it. I love it. I love Bakugo, man. Oh yes. Okay. So from the beginning, it was interesting to see that Todoroki was completely on like the side of fucking hell. Got a pen. Completely on the side of going to save Bakugo. After after obviously what happened in Hoso. But yeah, I think he truly understands. Here's the thing that it always boils down to, like when it boils down to this law thing, it just doesn't fit with like the hero mentality. You know, even All Might's ideals don't like entirely mesh with the law, you know? Like everything that he says goes against what the law is telling you, essentially. You know what I mean? The big one is the meddling where you don't have to. That's the big one. That's the big, you know, the big point that he made. I said that one last time, and it's confirmed here. You know, it's like that is, you know, that is being a hero. And I will always think that about this show. The risk is something that comes with the job of being a hero. You know what I mean? So, you know, I get that everybody like who has like a differing opinion to me on this subject will try and tell me different in the comments, but you know what I mean? This is a subject that I'm stubborn about. So, you know, you can try and tell me different, but you know what I mean? You're not going to change my mind on it. You know, that's how I believe. That's how I believe it should play out. I think, you know what I mean. You, like, as a hero, you should be taking risks to save other people's lives. I think Todoroki was right. There's no telling what the hell they aim to do with him. I guess like if they sat and thought about it a bit, they would understand that he's trying to be recruited, but you know what I mean? There's no telling how any of that will go. Like obviously with Bakugo, you know, being released there and just immediately attacking them, you know what I mean? He could die at any moment. So there's no time to waste. It just is what it is, man. If you are somebody who is entirely against that group of students like Kirishima, Todoroki, Deku, Momo, and Ida like going to save Bakugo, then you know, all the power to you, man. If that's what you truly believe, then fair enough. But I don't. I think they are entirely within their right to go after him if they want. I mean, yeah, it might look bad on the school, but to me, that's a second priority. You know, it's what it comes down to, right? The idea of the and the villains are playing this up to, like, playing this up to 11, but essentially the idea of the general public starting to be against heroes, and personally, I think that is a problem with the general public. Because that then is a lose-lose situation. Like if you start hating on the heroes, right? There's no doubt in my mind that the government will start like doing something and intercepting that, right? And then all of a sudden it comes to a point where heroes have more limits on them, in which case villains are free to do even more. You know what I mean? Which in turn obviously causes more chaos. So, you know, like that's the general public's problem. Like, you know what I mean? I think they should be a hell of a lot more understanding. Like, I get the idea that, you know what I mean, it's like, it feels like chaos now, but like but the thing is, if you start turning your backs on heroes and things like that, then, you know what I mean, like, don't expect like them to come and save you when the time arises, even though they should do, because they're heroes and they don't care about the you know what I mean, all that petty shit. But essentially, if you start going down that road, turn back on heroes and whatnot, it'll just lead to even further chaos, like to the point where it's ridiculous. I wish I could stop dropping my fucking pen. But yeah, so the Doctor mentioned hysterical strength. So essentially, it's like another term for plus ultra, I guess. Maybe. Or is hysterical strength beyond that? Because he kind of mentioned hysterical strength being something that goes beyond your 100%, like your 100%, like going past your limits. So, like, if, for example, All Might was to use hysterical strength, like, that would even hurt him. You know what I mean? All Might might be a might be a bad one to compare, like, to. It'd be a bad example because he's always kind of hurting himself due to like his injury, and obviously the more that he uses it, the less time that he has with it, kind of thing. So that might be a bad example, but you get what I mean. Like, is that what hysterical strength is? Is hysterical strength something past plus ultra? I don't know. No, it must be the same, because plus ultra is past your 100%, isn't it? So yeah, it must be the same. Sorry, I completely just fucking... My mind just exploded there. So basically he mentioned if Deku goes overboard 2 or 3 more times, he just might never be able to use his, like, move his arm anymore. Like, Jesus Christ, like... I don't know how long the series tends to go, like, is looking to go on for. Like, I hope it goes on for, a fucking long while. But something tells me he's going to be using it, like, more than 2 or 3 more times. Like, when you mentioned 2 or 3 more times, is he talking about, like, that hysterical strength 2 or 3 more times, or what? I don't know. So yeah, Deku's mother is, like, completely... She's pretty much 180 to this point. Like, I remember when she was like, I'll support you from behind. I'll support you with everything that I have. But then, I think that was season 1, like episode 6 or something. But yeah, she's now like, do you have to go back to UA? Like, she just doesn't want him there at all. Which is, you know, it's definitely understandable, you know what I mean? I mean, ever since Deku's gotten this power, he's pretty much been in the hospital after every bout. Like, everything that he's done, he's ended up in the hospital, right? I think he has. So, yeah. Alright, so we got 2 new heroes. Edge Shot, who is the number 5 hero behind Best Genius, and Gang Orca, who is number 10. We haven't seen the number 3 hero yet, have we? Because Best Genius is number 4, right? So we haven't seen number 3 yet. Which is interesting. Edge Shot. I'm trying to figure out, like, from his name, like, what he would be, like, what he would, like, what his quirk would be. Edge Shot. I don't know. For some reason, I had in my mind, like, something like grappling hook, something related, but I don't know. I feel like you might need a bit more than that in order to be a number 5 hero, but I you know, I get it. I don't know. Edge Shot. No, I have no idea. And Gang Orca. It seems like everyone that's like got like an animal quirk just seems to be able to do what those animals can do. I mean, is an orca just gonna have a lot of strength as well? Maybe you can like shoot water out of. Do orcas? Do killer whales have a hole in the top of their head? I think they do, right? Maybe you can like shoot out that like pressurized kind of thing. That'd be cool. Yeah, like fucking hell. I mean, people keep saying it, and I don't know as of yet. Like, I'll be watching the sub very soon, but I don't know as of yet if like it's just the dub doing this. I don't know if they say it the same, like in the same manner in the sub or in the original, but they keep saying things like, "Oh, there's no reason to go after Bakugo and all that." Like, there's no reason for us to do. It's like, well, there is. You know what I mean? Like, he's their friend, man. He's their classmate. You know what I mean? And he's a person in trouble, and that's more reason than anything, really. So, you know what I mean? Again, I think it's the idea that, you know, it does say a lot that the majority of the class were like, let's leave this up to the pros. I think it's when if you're growing up in this world, then obviously that's the like the law set. You know, like if you're growing up in that, that's like you kind of just don't do that. Obviously, there are those that'll meddle beyond it, but the majority will, you know, they'll not go against the law. So it makes sense that only a small minority, sorry, would do that. Would go after Bakugo at this point, and it even took like the only ones that were sure of going were Kirishima and Todoroki. So, you know, it's a very small, minute video. The reporter said there was 4 incidents with villains with these students, but there wasn't though. There's only been 3. There's been the USJ, there's been Hosu, and there's been the training camp. That's it. That's 3. There's not a 4th. Unless they count like episode 25 of last season. Could that be classified as an incident? I don't know. But that's literally the only other thing it could be. Is that. Yeah, that's literally it. That's all it could be. Anyway, yeah, that is it. That's all I've got. So next week, oh, it's going to be another interesting episode. I just want more Bakugo, man. I just want more Bakugo in there. Yeah, so that's it. That's all I've got. So yeah, thank you everybody for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye bye.